All right, gang. Goodbye. Move over. I was messing around with that the other day. I got some stuff coming up using the old Steel 363. Joe, have you ported that one yet? I wouldn't know because you quit posting videos, turd. All right, what we got here is an Echo 670. I had one of these previously. A fella by the name of Adam hooked me up with it. And I ported it up. Great running saw. Fantastic, you know. Man, this thing is awesome, right? And somebody was like, hey, how much you want for that? And I can't remember what it was. I threw out a number. Basically, I figured that he would be like, no way, you know. But he's like, okay. And he sent me the money. I was like, dang it. I really wasn't expecting him to be like, yeah, I'll buy it. You know, I wasn't expecting that at all. I was expecting him to say, oh, that's a little bit more, too much money. Because that's what most people do. Most people are like, they just want to talk, you know, on Facebook Marketplace, YouTube, you name it. People just want to be part of the conversation. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just one of those things. It's like, dang, you know, most people just aren't serious about any of it. So anyways, he bought it, and I've been missing it ever since. I was talking with Adam, and he told me about it. And so I told him about it, and he's like, well, I'll send you another one. So here we go. We got another one. Now, I do think he is expecting me to port some for him. He sent me a whole bunch of cylinders, right? Well, what do you... we need to talk, and this time actually figure out what you're expecting, you know? Instead of, you know, it's hard talking about that stuff, you know. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. But yeah, I think that I owe him a little bit for this guy. So the story with this one is he doesn't know really anything about it. A guy sold it on eBay, and he picked it up and just had it shipped straight to me. So, you know, he doesn't really know anything at all about it. All right, we got a fuel filter. Fuel smells good. Before I pull it over, I'm going to have some look-see, and, you know, if I see some scoring and stuff like that, I might hold off, but we're going to... I do not know if this thing has any problems or not. I pulled it over, and it pop, pop, pop. It sounds like it's got good compression, feels like it's got good compression, you know. It's got a brand new spark plug in there. It's an auto light. Might not be real good there. All right, so what I'm doing is looking down in the cylinder to see if I can see any scoring. I mean, the lightest amount of scoring, really nothing. Nothing at all. I mean, yeah, there is a light, very light scoring. There's definitely scoring in there. Not bad, but it definitely has it. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to yank this muffler off and have a look, see if that piston is bad. Because, you know, the scoring on the cylinder can be not so bad, but the piston itself is terrible because two very, very different materials. But this is what I do. You know, the reason I keep posting videos like this is so people learn. There's an amazing amount of people out there that have nobody to teach them a damn thing. And, well, honestly, YouTube is how I learned to work on these small engines as well. You know, I mean, I had dirt bike experience and stuff like that, but small engines are quite a bit different. They are their own thing. All right, so, well, that exhaust has been off. Okay. So I took out this one bolt for the mount there, and the whole exhaust went bonk sideways. See? Something's going on there. Okay, only one screw was holding it in place. Let's hope that it just vibrated loose and it's not stripped. Yeah, it seems like either somebody else checked it out and didn't put one of the bolts in, or a bolt vibrated loose. That's what it seems like to me. So let's have a look at this piston. Oh, she good, boys and girls. She good. She good, boys and girls. Let me show you. Let me show you. Lee. Good. That's good stuff. That piston is perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do is real quick like do a compression test. We're a little less than 140, which is good compression for one of these. So, oh, and I get, every time I do this, there's always somebody that puts in the comments that you need to hold the trigger open. No, you don't. No, you don't. Actually, now's a great time to test that out. Hold on. All right, that was without the trigger pulled in. Now we're going to pull in the trigger and see. That's wide open right there. We're going to see how much of a difference it makes. We were right at 140, just a little bit less. You see any difference there? Exactly the same. So, I mean, I understand it. I used to think that too. I really did. And on some engines, that close up tighter, I guess it might require it. Maybe if you pull the trigger in, it'll build up full compression more quickly, possibly, right? Let's go ahead and check and see if it's got spark. Turned on. Oh yeah, we got spark. So we're hitting on one cylinder. This thing might actually run. That's loose. That could be a problem. This thing might have just had some vibration and it loosened up some bolts and things of that nature. And that might have been the only problem. But I am pretty darn certain that this thing was sold not running. And the guy told Adam that it might need a new cylinder or something. But so far from what I'm seeing, it most certainly does not. All right, now, I did notice that carburetor is loose. So all I'm going to do is take this thing apart to the point to where I can get in there and just tighten up that carb. Because it definitely won't run if it's pulling air around the carburetor there, the intake. This intake design is a little bit different than what I was expecting. I think that's perfectly normal, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and put some fuel in. What kind of fuel you want to mix up? How about some Dukes? Oh, fudge, I hate it when that happens. Dang it. This is what I do. Let's put a little oil in it this time. Maybe that'll slicken it up. I got a little line on here. It marks my 40-1 for one of these 16-ounce bottles. Whoop, whoop, be careful. Hell, it's got oil in it. They shipped it with oil. Thanks. All right. Choke's engaged. Just a little bit of maintenance, guys. Just a little bit of maintenance. You know? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Smitty? Why can't people do just a little bit of maintenance? I guess to be fair, I don't know the full story of this saw. It could be that the guy was like, yeah, it runs great. And, you know, to Adam. Come on, get on there. There we go. You know, I don't know for sure. I absolutely don't know. He might have been like, yeah, it runs great. All you got to do is add fuel and it goes. But it seemed to me like it had very basic, very minimal problems. And we fixed it. Really, the only problem that there really was the dang muffler was loose. The only thing I really need to get for this thing is those little clips right there, you know, that kind of hold on to the front portion. All right, the back portion has this clip right here, right? But the front portion needs those little clips or else it wants to rise up, you know. I'm going to go ahead and throw a bar and chain on there real quick so that I can run it without feeling like this is going to fly off. Actually, you know what? I need to run it and see if it'll oil. Let's see if I can start it sitting down. What do you think? Yep, it's oiling. You know, it's oiling. Damn. See, so now I saw the guy sent the receipt, right? He sent the receipt in the box. Like I said, Adam got this from eBay, and I think it was questionable and stuff, but the guy sent the receipt of what Adam paid for it, and it was just a little over $200. You know? Yeah, steel prices are going through the roof. Husqvarna is probably going to be right there behind them. You know, I mean, let's say the Husqvarna is $200 cheaper than an equivalent steel chainsaw. That's still really expensive, right? Echo, let's say they're $100 or $200 cheaper than the Husqvarna. That's still really expensive. Just a little bit more than $200. If you don't know what you're doing with small engines, figure it out. I mean, could I do this stuff whenever I first started? Nope. But I watched a whole lot of YouTube videos and now I can. This right here is a damn good saw. you know, minor repairs. Who knows? It might need more. I haven't ran it yet, but I bet you it doesn't need dick. I bet you tightening up that muffler is all it needed. Because that thing runs just far too good. I mean, it's already a one pull saw. This thing's in good shape. Minimal scoring on that cylinder. That's not an issue. You know, I bet you if it broke it apart, you wouldn't be able to feel that little micro scoring. Who cares? You know. I bet you it's going to be another great saw. Oh well, I'll decide what I'm going to do with the bar mount in a different video. But yeah, she runs and seems to run good. I won't know if it's got an air leak until I, you know, an air leak that is brought on whenever the saw warms up, you know. I won't know if it's got anything like that until I actually take it out and use it and put it in the wood and run it. But so far, I mean, it seems great. Seems like a really good purchase, and I'm happy to have it. Thanks, Adam. Check you later.